Hello everybody and welcome to the next lesson in Your English Tutor. Today we will talk about negatives. Now negatives sounds like a difficult word, but really it just means to not do something. To create a negative sentence, you do it by adding not or the contraction nt. We'll get to this contraction later. First, we will talk about not. Okay? First, can you say not? N-O-T, not. Not. Great. Now, here is our first example. I do not have a sister. I do not have a sister. That means I don't have a sister. Got it? Let's look at some more examples. Now, to create a negative sentence, we do so using this formula. We have a subject, such as me, I, you, he, she, we, they, the subject plus the verb plus not. So this is the key part of forming a negative sentence. We add not. I do not like learning English. I do not like swimming. Finally, the rest of the sentence is what else you are talking about. I do not like swimming. Swimming would be the rest of the sentence. And remember, this is swimming. Great. For example, he does not play football. Not. Now, notice we also have the word does. Now, does and also do are another way that you can create a negative sentence. We will look at this in the next paper. Now, we have some more examples. They do not go swimming with Joe. They is our subject. Subject. Do not go. So this will be our verb. Swimming is also our verb. Go swimming. These are our verbs. And then the rest of the sentence, with Joe. Now notice, of course, we have not. So subject, they, not. The verb, go swimming. And then the rest of the sentence. Here we have it again. We do not go to the gym anymore. We do not go to the gym. We do not go to the gym anymore. So we is our subject. Not, of course, we have to have. We do not. Now our verb will be going to the gym, and anymore. Okay? Can you try to say it? They do not go swimming with Joe. Can you try? They do not go swimming with Joe. Great. Finally, the last example, she does not like apples. She, our subject, does not, so our not, of course, like apples. Can you say it? She does not like apples. She does not like apples. Great. Good work. Now, here are some negatives with contractions. So we will learn some new contractions today. The first one that we have is aren't. Are not. Aren't is are not. Okay? Can you try to say aren't? That can be difficult with the R. R. That's hard for some English learners to say. Can you try? Aren't is are not. The next one, don't. Don't. D-O-N apostrophe T. Now, don't is the contracted form of do not. The big version and the smaller version. Don't is do not. Next, we have isn't. Isn't. Now this is not. This is the long version, is not, and the short version, isn't. Can you try to say? Isn't. Isn't. Next up, your. So these three I will write with red. So these three, 1, 2, 3, are negative contractions. They are negative because they have not. Are not, do not, is not. Aren't, don't, isn't. The next contractions that we will look at here are not negative contractions. They are just regular contractions that are good to know. Contractions we use a lot in spoken, written English. So, the first one, your. This is the long version, you are. Now we add the apostrophe. Remember, we need the apostrophe to condense it. So you are becomes your. Your. Can you say it? Your. Next, we have we're. We're. We are. We're. We're going to the pool. We're going to the gym. We are going to the pool. We are going to the gym. We're is the condensed version of we are. And finally, one that you should know, I'm. Of course, I am is the long version of I'm. But this is just another example to relate. It is the same thing as all of the other ones. Just a contraction. I am, I'm. Now, repeat after me. We will say all of the contractions together. First, aren't. Aren't. Next, don't. Don't. Can you say? Don't. Isn't. Isn't. Next. Your. Your. We're. We're. I'm. Great. If you said it, good job. If not, I understand. It can be a little bit weird talking to yourself, but it is very important to speak so that you can speak English for real. Here are some examples with the contractions. The first one I wrote in red, so it's easy to recognize. They aren't Spanish. They aren't Spanish. Next up, they're not Spanish. There is a contraction of they are. They are not Spanish. There. This one was not on the last page, so don't worry if you don't recognize it. I just thought I should include another good example. They're not Spanish. Here's another one. She isn't Spanish. She isn't Spanish. Can you say it? She isn't Spanish. Isn't is short for is not. She is not Spanish. Condensed is she isn't Spanish. And finally, we're not from Spain. We're not from Spain. The longer version is we are not from Spain. And that will conclude our lesson on negatives. The biggest thing to remember when creating a negative sentence is using not. Using this word, not, will help people understand what you don't want to say. Great work today, everybody. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lesson about questions. See you then.